You took out time to be here to engage knowledge. So please let me know where you're watching from. Share the link, invite others to come because knowledge is powerful. There is no end to knowledge. And the subject for today is an all important subject. As a matter of fact, what we deal with, our focus is on leadership. So everything rise and fall on leadership. Everything rise and fall on leadership. From your family to your community to your state to your nation, the global world, everything is on leadership. So we are going to be enjoying ourselves, and I'm very sure that the practical insight that you will be getting from this broadcast today will help you going forward and make you a better person. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll be commencing very shortly. Just 2 more minutes because time is of the essence. 2 more minutes considering the various time zone that we are all coming from. So we just give the benefit. Thank you, Trisha. Thank you so much. Thank you. So we just give the benefit of the various time zones and get everyone. Like I said earlier, like I mentioned earlier, action is everything. Action is everything. Action is key. No matter what you know, if you don't put what you know into use, it's useless. It doesn't matter what you know. If you don't apply what you know, that thing you know is as good as useless. So my duty, my assignment, my life goal has always been transfer of knowledge, but it's now metamorphosing into a whole new platform, which is the Leadership Mind School. So, ladies and gentlemen, we just commenced this broadcast fully at this hour, this moment. From where I am here, I tell you good evening, wherever your location may be, whatever time it may be, either afternoon or morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this live tonight. My name is Dr. Bright. I'm the lead facilitator for the Leadership Mind School. The Leadership Mind School has a very clear goal and clear mission. Is to bring people together. Oh, comrade Eribos, I think you are welcome. I trust you will join despite the tight schedule from the UK. So once immediately you just joined us now, drop those that just came in, kindly let us know in the comment section where you're watching this live from. Where you're watching this live from. The city and your nation. The city and your nation. It helps us. Thank you, Eribo, for coming. So my life goal right now is to bring global minds together. The Leadership Mind School is an alignment of minds. It's an alignment of minds. Minds that desire effective leadership. Minds that don't want to just stop at lamentation, but proffering solutions, practical solutions to the leadership gaps that we have in the society. So the basic core for the Leadership Mind School as a global institution right now is to bridge the leadership gap across the face of the earth. To the glory of God, thankfully, we've been building since this vision came in last year. We've been bringing in global leaders from various nations, from America, specifically Europe, different nations within the European space, and in Africa. And we're making a huge progress in terms of legalization of the institution, setting up the framework to go. So, but like every great stride, you must start with little steps. We know where we are headed. We are not here for the applause. We are not here for crowd. We are here to make an impact in the lives of men, to reset the mindset of an individual. Now, when you hear leadership, just a quick experiment, what comes to your mind first? Please just drop in the comment section. Let me hear. When you hear leadership, the word leadership, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Let's do a quick quiz. Please let me know how many of us are actually following now. For those of you just joining, please let's know where you're watching from, your state, the state or the region where you're watching from, and the country where you're watching from this live. So let us know, please. When you hear leadership before now, what comes to your mind first? Yes, my sister Trisha, Tawakat, Eribu, Mr. Loveday, those I can see you. Yes, please let me hear your thoughts. When you hear leadership, or it's going to be an interactive section. This is what makes teaching different from preaching. Aha. So, yes, Lydia, leadership is the head. The leader, thank you. The frontier, good. For others to follow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. This comment is almost tempting me to go into preaching. It is not a preaching session, it's a teaching session. Thank you very, very much. Now, this is it. Definition of a term or a word is what sets a pace for that term or for that word. Oftentimes, when people hear leadership, yes, it's correct, or there's a twist to it, which the Leadership Mind School is bringing in a very innovative and a novel twist to it. When you hear leadership, the word leadership, what comes to the mind of people first? The head, the front man, right? The head, the front man, the president, the CEO, the GO, and all and all and all. So this basic understanding, yes, it's correct, but there is a higher level to it. This is what makes the Leadership Mind School quite unique in approach. Please don't forget, share this broadcast, invite your friends, those members of your network. It's going to be a very great time. I assure you of that. And let's have an open mind to learn, to unlearn, to learn and to unlearn. Yes, Adeyemo, a leader is an individual who guides, inspires, and influences a group of people forward. Beautiful. Achieving a common goal or vision. Beautiful. Demo, you've really been following well. I think you need an A in this course. I've been Florencia. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for joining the live. So for those just joining, kindly drop in the comment section where you're watching from, your state and your nation. Is very important because this is a global broadcast. Now, you see, if you check through the chat now, from Comrade Osaitin's definition, and Tawakal's definition, you see similarity, but there's a difference. What thing, an entity, a personality, individual, that one dwelt, the former dwelt on a title holder. The former dwelt, oh, Rosalia, my good friend from Israel, you're welcome. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you, you're welcome. Thank you. That's one of my lifetime coach. You're welcome. Oh, good. Now, a leader from the two, let me just take this brief from the two definition we have in the comment section. Please, for those just joining, kindly drop in the chat where you're watching us from, the city and the nation. Remember, we're having a global broadcast, and it's good we familiarize ourselves because this is a leadership movement that we are building now, and the momentum is building up from nation to nation. So, Comrade Eribo's definition, beautiful, very correct. But however, there's an emphasis on personality, on position, on title. Whereas our definition didn't really hit on an entity or a position. It's a general view, meaning that you, irrespective of your position, irrespective of your placement in your nation, in your organization, or wherever society, in your community, you are a leader, my friend. Because the earlier this mentality is corrected, the better for our society. That is why each time we'll mention failed. I was on a Zoom meeting a few weeks back with a professor in the UK, Nigerian British professor, introducing the leadership mind school to her. And the third person on the call, oh, my beautiful sister from Ireland, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Thank you for joining the live. So the third person said, this leadership mind school is beautiful, it's good, but however, Africa, this is a special program for Africans. And the professor, the third person said, no. In the school, in fact, in my classroom in the UK, my students are from, they cut across the world, especially from Southern and Northern America. Do you understand? They cut across the world. They cut across. They cut across the world. So when she said, when I speak to my students, there is a common denominator. That was about the time the Venezuela issue happened. And in the little research conversation, we try to trace the trajectory of the Venezuelan leaders at that time. And a conclusion was reached because this was a meeting of intellectuals. And a conclusion was reached that leadership, the ineffectiveness of leaders is not limited to any nation. It's not limited to a people. It's not limited to a continent. Because it defines you as a person. First is your mindset. What defines you as a person? First, it's your mindset. So tonight, we will be confronting the mindset errors. The mindset errors that destroy leadership before leadership even begins. That is the core subject for today. We are dealing with the mindset errors that destroy leadership even before leadership begins. Brothers and sisters, I want you, while listening to this teaching, just you in retrospect, I know ordinarily you will be in retrospect, you'll be remembering certain incidents in your journey, how egos, how values, because leadership is defined by values. And if you check across the nations of the earth, we have so many broken values. We have egoistic individuals. Egoistic individuals. We have individuals that are confused. In one of the teachings within the week, I mentioned in the video, I said, you cannot give what you don't have. A confused person, somebody that is not sure of his identity, cannot lead anybody to anywhere. So we deal with the broken values in our system, the egoistic issues. Somebody just assumed the position of authority and suddenly he sees himself. He never saw himself as a leader before. But by virtue of that position, he suddenly assumes the position of a leader. So this, thank you, Mark, for coming. Welcome. I can see you, Doreen. Thank you, thank you. Yes, people are turning up now. Thank you. So, like I said, we'll be dealing with the mindset issues, the things that confront the mindset errors. These are the things that destroys leadership before leadership even begins. Number one point I will be highlighting with us this evening. Roslyn, good to see you. Thank you very much. Please share the live, invite your friends, your network to quickly join us. Leadership as mindset, not title. That's the number one point I want us to look at. Leadership as mindset, not title. You see, leadership begins the moment your thinking takes responsibility. Leadership begins the moment your thinking takes responsibility. Not when you are placed in a position of authority. Oh, my beautiful sister Faith, you are welcome. Good to see you. So leadership as mindset, not as title. We must understand this foundation. Some titled persons, some titled holders, they in fact, they are not even expected to be leaders, to be called leaders, because they don't have this foundational knowledge. They have the title, they hold the position, but they lack the mindset. Good evening. Oh, in fact, so many of my mentors are here. Sister Villian, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Please kindly drop in the comment section where you're watching from, the city where you are, and the nation you are watching from. This is a global broadcast. Already we have people, different nationalities here, and I appreciate you all for coming. Sunday Glory, thank you very much. So I mentioned earlier that the key point we are dealing with tonight is we need to confront the mindset errors that destroys leadership before leadership even begins. We need to destroy the mindset errors that confront leadership before leadership even begins. And I mentioned the number one point is leadership as mindset, not as title. Leadership as a mindset, not as title. And you can quickly find examples to all of this within your community, within your network, and even with the way you are currently handling things within your circle. Because this Leadership Mind School is a leadership change movement. It's a leadership change movement. So leadership begins the moment your thinking takes responsibility. You know, must have given it a thought. For instance, before you came on this live session, some of you, either your alarm was on, or you were waiting for the time, or you received the notification, but one way or the other, you first processed it here before you join the life. So the same way, the challenge and what we stand to correct now is people who do not see leadership as responsibility, but they see it as position grabbing, as title. I am the MD, CEO. I am the leader. I am the chairman. I am the president. I am the governor. Because the moment this mindset is corrected, the output will be different. Because life in general will only give to you to the extent you have given into it. Garbage in, garbage out. Like I mentioned earlier, Jumoke, you are welcome. Thank you, thank you. For those of you that just joined, if you are yet to drop your location, please kindly let's know where you're watching from, your state and your nation. Because this is it's a global broadcast, and we expect it to be a global movement of leaders, and we are building networks together. Thank you. So leadership is about your thinking, taking responsibility, not the day your name appears on a title. Everybody today wants to be an MD, a pastor, a doctor, a professor, a this, a that. But what is the level of your impact? In any organization, for example, the most reliable person in the organization are not necessarily the managers. No. As a matter of fact, several research has proven that the middle line, those in the middle line, they are the ones that determine the well-being of the organization. Take, for example, the United States of America. What is the mentality of an average American? Huh? If you know, maybe you can just let us know in the chat room. What is the mentality? There is a superiority mentality that they carry anywhere they go. So it doesn't matter whoever comes in as the president, as whatever, you will come and go. It doesn't matter the organization, because the citizens already carry a mentality. So in many organizations, the most reliable person is not the manager, but the staff within it. They are the ones that determines if the leadership, the so-called unquote, remember from the beginning, we try to demystify the word leadership. And for the benefit of those that just came, oh, thank you, Honorable Raymond. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. So please let us know where you are watching from, your city and your country. Now, we tried from the beginning. We got an example from Omrid Eribo and Tawakat. I asked a question. I said, what do you understand by leadership? And the first submission came about the leader, the head, the person at the front. And the second definition came is the emphasis was on the individual. That is you. That was the emphasis. And I said they both are correct. But however, what makes the Leadership Mind School stand out? What is the innovation we are bringing into the system? The innovation is the emphasis that leadership, everyone on the surface of the earth here, if you even take a deeper look at different religions in the world, this intellectual position I'm bringing up here now is in line with all the scriptures. As an individual, you are already created and wired to be a leader. But the extent to out which you live is by how much you invest in knowledge in yourself. And it doesn't stop there. It's one thing to have knowledge, it's another thing to put the knowledge to work. It's one thing, sincerely, one of our great sister here from Europe, I told her, I wrote to her a few days ago, was encouraged by the way she does her presentation. And a lot of friends said, go, go online. I said, no, there is a time for it. But I was so encouraged with the passion, in fact, it was just near perfect. And today we are here putting action to work. This is the first. So, in summary, for the first point is that leadership is about thinking of responsibility. If you can take responsibility, you are a leader. It doesn't matter your title. It doesn't matter your position. So think of this. Just reflect on this. If your title was removed today, I don't know what your title is. If your title was removed today, would your influence remain? If your title was removed today, you are a president, you are a governor, you are a chairman, you are this and you are that. Because to many, leadership is determined by title. But we are saying no. Leadership is determined by taking responsibility. Number two, character before competence. Character before competence. Competence may open a door. Thank you, my sister, my beautiful sister, Glory from Ireland. Thank you. I can see you. I'm so glad you made it. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Even if I missed calling out your name, I appreciate you all. And just keep dropping your comments. Whatever you are feeling from inside, just keep dropping it on the chat room. Thank you. We are growing together and we are building this movement together. Second point tonight is character before competence. Please take note of it. Competence may open doors for you. You're very intelligent, you're very smart, you can outsmart people, you can do this, you can do that. But only character will determine whether your leadership will last or collapse. Please don't be confused about this. Is it good to be competent? Yes. By the privilege and the grace of God, I've gone through lots of degrees, lots of school and everything. But I've never worked or done anything with any of such degrees. But here I am today by the grace and the help of God. I've seen so many skillful men. I've seen so many competent men, promising men, but the whole world was set to be on their feet. But character lifted everything. Competence may open doors. That's why I tell people in my teachings, be very careful the kind of door you are seeking to be opened. Be very careful the kind of doors you are seeking to be opened. Because there are certain doors that once they are open without your character base. It's like the door. I'm sure, let me use this illustration. There is an illustration I want to use now. Okay, it's been streaming recent times. Just try and pick all this thing I'm telling you now. There is a video that was in circulation not too long about a little child trying to open the gate, this sliding gate also. Suddenly, the gate fell on the child. How many of you can relate to that? The gate fell on the child. If you can relate to that, let me just feel it in the comment section. The gate fell on the little child, or the child was just playing around the gate, and suddenly the gate fell, collapsed on the little child. If that child was an adult, if the child was an adult, I'm sure probably one hand or two hands, that adult will stop that gate. So the same way it is. This is the summary of character before competence. Of competence may open doors, but only character will determine its sustainability. Character is like it's like your muscle. It's like strength for you. Competence may take you far, but character will determine your legacy. Competence, I repeat, may take you far, but character, inside character, remember from the beginning where we started, we talked about values. Any individual that lacks values will certainly end the value. Any individual, any leader, irrespective of where you are from, where you are located, if you lack values, which is the anchor of the leadership mind school, it's only a matter of time. Your devaluation is near. So whatever it will take you to build character, whatever price it will take you. That's why the leadership mind school is poised to changing the educational system, the mindset of people. Number three, we're talking of responsibility over popularity. This is yet another very interesting point I want us to really discuss together. True leadership chooses responsibility over applause. Today, especially the times that we are in today, everybody is interested. Please don't get me wrong. At the Leadership Mind School, our emphasis is on individuals because we see individuals as leaders, leaders as individuals. We see leaders, individuals as responsibility takers. Responsibility takers. Not popularity seeker. No, not popularity seeker. Popularity will not determine your legacy. Your popularity will not define you. It is your popularity does not equate impact. No. So true leadership consciously uses responsibility. Consciously. That is, I want to do this thing right. I want to do it well. Consciously chooses responsibility over applause. Because popularity answers to people. Okamaka, blessing, you are welcome. Queen TBC, blessing, you are welcome. Thank you. Please, those of you joining, just let us know where you are watching from, the city and the nation you are watching from. This is a global broadcast. We have people from all across the world here. In 4 continents are here, represented here tonight. So please let us know where you are watching from. Remember, we are building this is a leadership movement, and it's a leadership networking movement. And I'm very, very glad to share the link, invite your friends, and let them be partaker of this great movement. So, true leadership, like I said, chooses responsibility over applause. Popularity chooses popularity does not equate impact. Popularity is good. Do you want to? Everybody wants to be popular. In the general language, I think trend. Everybody wants to trend. But true leaders see, think, walk ahead of time. They think, they see, and they walk ahead of time. Within the week, one of the teaching I gave an illustration of the great French general. As a matter of fact, Napoleon Bonaparte is reputed to be the greatest general on the surface of the history of mankind. Why does he have such reputation? Because he inspired generational hope. Today, there is no mention of Europe, as a matter of fact, the world, without Napoleon Bonaparte in the history of mankind till eternity. So, true leadership chooses responsibility, because a time comes in your life. Please share the life. Thank you. Share it. Share it. A time comes in our life that you must choose. This is where it gets interesting. And this is where the leadership mind school is coming in. You must choose. Do I want the applause? Do I want the applause? Or do I want the responsibility? Which one do I want? So, because popularity answers to people. Popularity, which is the applause, it answers to people. People are willing to give you the applause, which is what a natural person wants. But responsibility answers to consequences. Responsibility answers to consequences. Organizations are thriving today. Some are failing. Some have failed. Nations are thriving today. Some nations are failing, and some nations have failed. Why? Leadership, leadership that understands that there are consequences for actions. Thank you, my great friend Dalia Israel. Become a very superficial society, and our children grow up to be empty adults. Empty adults. So you can see, let me just take a cue from that comment and relate it to the teaching. Adults today are more interested in the applause of society. They are more interested in the applause without thinking of the consequences of their actions. How can I tell your position in the leadership strata? If I see you, I see your trajectory, I can tell your level. Okay, Wimp Free Schooling, you are welcome from Paula. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome. So please let us know where you are watching from. Drop in the comment section your location, and the nation you are watching from. This is very, very important. So tonight, someone asked the topic, say we confronting mindset errors that destroy leadership before leadership even begins. Confronting mindset errors. Before today is as our inaugural broadcast. We just give an introduction to our community. We just give an introduction to our community of basically what the Leadership Mind School stands for. So, if you permit me, it's more or less like an onboarding session for every member of the page. And I welcome you once again. I appreciate you all, and I thank you for this huge show of love and support. And I'm very sure that before the end of today, you must have picked a lesson or two. And I want to get feedbacks of the impact. Remember, I mentioned earlier when we started, the challenge has never been knowledge. It is the application of knowledge. What you hear is not sufficient to transfer. It's important. What we hear is important. But it's what we do with what we hear that makes the whole difference. So responsibility, it is responsibility that answers to consequences. A leader, a true effective leader, makes an unpopular but necessary decision. A true and effective leader. Hey guys, how to know how effective you are as a leader? It's basically from the kind of decisions you take. Remember, leadership begins from the home. Because at the Leadership Mind School, we are not just starting from the top. No, we are starting even from our kids. Even from our kids, from the foundation, the cradle of humanity to the top. Because the young person today will become an adult tomorrow. So we are dealing with a very sensitive, everything you do as a person evolves around leadership. So I said a leader is the one who makes an unpopular but necessary decision. And I also said that you can do a quick audit of your leader, because leadership is about life. Olale Confit, you are welcome. Abisola, you are welcome. So please, immediately you join us. Let's know where you are watching from, your city and your nation, to build this global leadership movement. Leadership is about life. Where you are today is as a product of the leaders you have encountered or the effect of leadership. Where you will be tomorrow is also a product of the kind of leadership management system that governs your activity. So, how to know a good leader or an effective leader? Remember, we're on the third point, which I mentioned, that responsibility over popularity. Everybody wants to be popular these days. Everybody wants to trend these days. But our emphasis is on responsibility over applause. So a leader makes an unpopular but necessary decision by cutting waste, enforcing discipline from the home to the school to the organizations to the government, or correcting misconduct or correcting misconducts. He may lose the applause of men in the short term, but in the long term, the results will be inevitable. In the short term, they may lose the applause of men of their organization, but in the long term, because what they are doing is organizationally sustainable, because responsibility was chosen over approval. Every day we are confronted with two decisions. Every day. It's either you choose to make a choice for applause or you make a choice for responsibility. I want to reflect on these points. Are you living to be liked? Are you living to be right, to be liked by everyone? Or you are living to be respected later? For the past 2 decades, thank God I have a lot of persons on the call on this night in this meeting that have been privileged to be who have been around my circle for the past close 2 decades now. Any organization I've been privileged to be in, any system, I always work. That is in response to our Kant's definition of leadership when I asked earlier. For those of you that just joined, you need to go back and check. In fact, Leadership Mind School standard definition she gave. I always work as if to say I am Comrade Eribo's definition of leadership, which is also very good, but it's not yet LMS standard, Leadership Mind School standard. I'm sure by the end of this teaching, his definition and everyone's definition will be according to the Leadership Mind School, standard. I work as if I'm the head. I work as if I own the organization. That's the organization I've ever worked. Because if they don't miss you in any system you have been, that means you were never needed. If you have ever left any organization, you have ever left any community, you have never left any system, and your exit makes everywhere calm. Your exit is not turning tables. Your exit is not felt. That means your impact was never loud enough. With all due respect to all great institutions that have been privileged to have passed through, from the military sector to the religious sector to the academic sector to the political sector. Now I know why God took me around each of those sectors. I can say a thing or two authoritatively. Is it the business world? If you have any system, organization you left and you are not missed, think back, reflect. That means your impact was never felt. And I believe with these teachings, as we continue to build on them, you will become more of an effective person and an effective leader. So, in reflection, I want to give you a reflective question. Are you leading again? I'm asking again, are you leading to be liked? Or you are leading to be respected later? The likes of Nelson Mandela, he never lived for the applause of men. But today, generations after him will respect him. The black community, the black world we respect him. Is the kind of transformational leadership that we seek to build in the Leadership Mind School. Please, if you have any questions so far, feel free to drop it in the comment section. And I want you to know, and those that just joined us, let us know where you are watching from. Let us know where you are watching from, the states and the country you are watching from. I've seen those from Lagos, Ibadan, the UK, Israel, Italy, Canada. You are all welcome. And once again, I welcome you very, very much to a part of the post of this process of the Leadership Mind School. At the Leadership Mind School, we are not seeking for applause. We are taking responsibility. We are not seeking. We are not seeking for viewers. We are seeking for men and women whose leadership will be envied by their work. Cutting waste, enforcing discipline. Okay, Comrade Eribo. Thank you, Paula. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Great. What is the best and easiest way to enhance someone's leadership potential? Beautiful question. Beautiful question. Now, the first way to enhance your leadership potential is by acquiring the right knowledge. The right knowledge. Oh, Engineer Salu, you are welcome. You're welcome, sir. Thank you. Thank you for joining the live session. Good to see you. Now, in response to Comrade Eribo's question, what is the best and easiest way? So let me have your questions in the chat room now. We've gone through the teaching, and let me have a few of your questions, your thoughts on the teaching before we summarize everything, and we're almost hitting the 1 hour mark. So for my very good friend, Comrade Eribo from the UK, that asked, what is the best and easiest way to enhance someone's leadership potential? Critical question. Like I said, number one is the individual to acknowledge the fact that this is what I need. Secondly, to now go for the right knowledge. In fact, this your question is in direct response to this is the need of the leadership. This is the need the Leadership Mind School is here to meet. This is the gap we are meeting. So very soon we will be uploading sections, master classes. The institute will be fully open to members of the public, and information will be coming. But in the meantime, I mentioned number one, you understand the need that you need to enhance your leadership. Secondly, you go for the effective knowledge. Of course, I can only recommend this institute here and any other one that you know that can best meet the need. But number three is to get a mentor. Now, this third part is very critical. But unfortunately, there are very few mentors. Very few within the leadership space. Because who is a mentor? A mentor is supposed to be a guide. I always like to say this. If you don't have a mentor, you will encounter tormentors. If you don't have mentors, oh, my big brother, Mr. John Ekato, you are welcome. So for those of us just joining, please let us know. Oh, my pastor, God Gabriel, oh, Koronko, you are welcome. Let us know where you are watching from, your city and your nation, because this is a global broadcast and we are raising a leadership army. It's a leadership movement. So in response to Comrade Eribo, I hope you are following me and everyone. Number 3 is to get a mentor, someone that is already on the path that you seek to follow. And this is what must be carefully done. And one of the first testimonies of the Leadership Mind School was on this subject. There was a week when we started a few months back. There was a week we dealt with the subject of mentors, mentorship. You check back our page, you will find some of those teachings there. And I recommended, said, look, you cannot have a tormentor. You cannot have a mentor. Remember, I said, if you don't have mentors, you will encounter tormentors. Good. So you cannot have a mentor that does not know that you are a mentee. Yes, in some instances, it's possible, but it is best where you have physical access. Where you have physical access. I see this man, Gabriel, you are watching from my village, my very village. You are welcome. Okay, where you have physical access to the person you have identified as a worthy mentor, please do all you can to let the person know, sir, I am coming under your mentorship. This is part of the knowledge, the missing gaps. When the person is not physically available, do a letter. Thank God for the kind of the world we are in now. Not those days you need to write letter, DHL. No, through your WhatsApp, send an email. Please, I am so and so person. I have checked your profile. I have watched your life. I have understudied you. I want to be under your mentorship. Remember I said earlier, the difference between here and there is action. So many people know what to do, but the ability to do it. For instance, for a long time, the ideal of video live has become, but I said, well, of course, we are also spiritual people. Well, I need to this and that. So many times we said, no, this is the date. Action. Action. Nothing beats action. So, Comrade Eribo, I don't know if I answered that question, if you got some light from that question. So, notify your mentor. Let it be an acknowledgement. And like I mentioned, so many persons activated that teaching that week. Some were so amazed with the kind of feedback, they received. They were so excited. And myself also, I was more excited that they took action. This teaching today is a call to action. I hope certainly not that I will not fail, but the success of this meeting is to get you to taking action on leadership. My brother, Comrade Abel, you are welcome. Please let us know where you are watching from, the city you are in, and the nation you are in. Share the live, share it to all that. Okay, everybody, please go on. Let's throw in our questions now on the subject matter. Remember, today is more or less like a familiarization and an onboarding day. And for the past few minutes, we have dealt with the subject matter of opening our mindset, opening the mindset so that leaders, people will not fail before they even emerge leadership. Because most leaders fail even before they enter into position of authority. Yes. From the variable, let the question come in. I think it's a nice one. So more questions from the audience. Thank you very much, every one of you. Musa Faith, I can see you. I can see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for Abdurazak from Kwara State. Ukamaka from Enugu, Nigeria. You are welcome. Priozalia from Israel, you are welcome. Paula from Italy, you are welcome. Raymond from Canada, you are welcome. So let me have your thoughts on the teaching so far. Questions, questions, because this is a teaching class. And teachers, good teachers always encourage their students to ask questions. Because in the process of asking questions, you get more enlightened. Leadership is about value. It's a school. The educational landscape. So I want to know what stood out with you. Let me know what stood out to you. What stood out for you in this teaching so far? What leadership mistake do you see around you? So I'm expecting your questions in the next few minutes before we wrap up. I'm expecting your questions. Number one, questions. What lessons have you picked from this teaching today? And thirdly, I'm now asking you a question. Leadership mistake do you see around you? Comrade Eribo, why do some good people with good hearts to effect positive changes to end up becoming terrible leaders? Is this as a result of lack of the leadership skills? People leadership. Beautiful. Beautiful one, Comrade Eribo. Beautiful question. Any other question? So we'll take it all together. Because the answer to this question, we dealt with it earlier. Yes. Okay. Now, we said from the beginning, I said we're going to be addressing leadership crises. What are these leadership crises? Values. Egoism. 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 A broken value. You know what is broken needs to be fixed. A broken person cannot become an effective leader. And oftentimes we confuse leadership with position. We confuse leadership with title. We confuse leadership with office. You get me now? And this, the errors, the leadership, these are the gaps the leadership mind school is set to cover. Secondly, egoism. An egoistic person cannot become an effective leader. He may be occupying the office because leadership is not an office. It's a call to responsibility. Third point I dealt with earlier is confusion. A confused person cannot bring stability to society. Confusion will beget confusion. Sanity will beget sanity. So, why do some people with good heart? Yes, it is not enough to have good hearts. It is not enough. In the next 10 minutes, we'll be wrapping up the teaching. So please let me have your questions while we we deal with the question of community. So it's not enough to have good hearts. For instance, Eribo, you are a mechanic or your mechanic, you, your mechanical engineer or whatever that fixes your car is poised to fix your car. He has a good heart. He wants to fix the car. But he lack the tools. You just said it now. Is it as a result of lack of leadership skill? Yes. Leadership skills, they are the tools. You cannot give what you don't have. It is garbage in, garbage out. They may look like they have it. For instance, Eribo, if someone meets you now, you say you're a computer engineer, but my computer just went black. And I ask you to come and fix it. You are eager to fixing it because you know I need my computer to function. You have the good heart. You want to help. You lack the skills. So it's more. That's why we said earlier, I mentioned earlier, that the mindset error, we are confronting mindset errors. We are confronting mindset errors that destroy leadership before leadership even begins. That is the challenge. Most persons that get to leadership position are destroyed. In fact, it's like they are being set up to fail. They are being set up to fail. So that is why I give you an illustration. Few years back, a young man around me within my network was to access. Remember, we talked about doors earlier, was to access a position. And because I know the capacity of this young man, he said, before this opportunity opens, go and get yourself equipped with this course. Enroll for a program. He didn't do it. He took the opportunity. He took a very big, huge opportunity. A matter of time, everything crashed. Of course, we have many, I think majority of us here, we are Africans. They will say this one is we, his family is that one. But between himself and myself, we knew where the missing link was. Leader, the skills to function in that office. That is why I'm so excited with this movement that we are building. And I'm confident that you and myself and everyone here will take the right step to act on the path of responsibility to become effective leaders. Thank you very, very much for the questions, Comrade Eribo. Thank you, Rosalia. Thank you so much. And I'm sure in the process of time, we will be having my very wonderful partner at the Leadership Mind School, Rosalia Heifetz and Paula. They will be joining me to anchor this program. I'm very sure by this same time next week, Saturday, all things being equal, we'll be streaming again. We'll be streaming again to equip every one of us, to give us that push, because it's a push that we need. To move from the status quo, it's not always easy. We need that push. We need to give it that push. Deep down our hearts, there's something yearning for more, and the right skills will be given for us to fill that gap. So thank you very much. So be the leader you want to be. That is my closing word for you. Be the leader that you would love to be. And as you go all through the week between now and next Saturday that we shall be meeting, one thing I want you to do, be conscious of two things: the applause and responsibility. Plus responsibility. Before taking a decision, is this decision for applause? One thing I am very glad for, maybe 95% of my decisions has been for responsibility. I hardly take decision for applause. And that is how leaders should be. So that when you are no more where you are today, people will miss you. People will believe that if you were here, things would have been better. Thank you very much. So please, the recording will be back on the page. We share it with our loved ones. Let's invite more persons to be part of this. In the course of the week, like I said earlier, we'll perfect and give a confirmation to these tentative announcements that I've just made here now, that next Saturday, same time, we will be here live as we keep building the momentum. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. And like my people from Israel will always, I think I'm more or less an Israeli now, Rosalia, courtesy of you. Now more or less. So like my people will always say from that end, shalom, and God bless you all. Peace to you all. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Goodbye. So you all sleep well. Let me have your thoughts in the comment section. So we'll always respond to each of your questions. We are here to serve you. We have a very great team, and we thank you that you came. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all for your comments and for joining the live. I cannot mention everyone's name, but all the names I've mentioned earlier and the ones I couldn't mention, I say thank you. God bless you all. Good night.